Excess honey becomes bitterwood. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a really striking thought, isn't it? The idea that too much of a good thing, like literally too much sweetness, can actually harden into something completely bitter and unyielding. Well, welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking a fascinating piece of writing that takes profound philosophical observations exactly like this one and applies them to the very real world of global development.
Okay, let's jump right into this. We're looking at a remarkable piece titled Timeless Vigilance, which was penned back in August 2023. And what's really interesting about the work we're exploring today is that it isn't just some collection of abstract poetic musings. It's actually a structured framework for practical global transformation. It beautifully blends the natural rhythm of poetry with the sharp, actionable insights you'd expect from a policy brief. But to truly grasp this unique approach, we first need to understand the visionary woman behind the words.
Section 1. Meet Oluyomi Oladavid.
So, Oluyomi Oladavid proudly identifies herself first and foremost as a Nigerian, with a profound, deep-rooted love for people. Honestly, this is her absolute anchor. Every single thing she writes, every metaphor she crafts, it all stems from this highly personal stake in humanity. She isn't writing from some detached ivory tower, she's writing from a place of real, deep concern and care for the actual communities around her.
The crucial point here is how this love translates into action. Her practical missions are incredibly concrete. She's fiercely dedicated to generating real-world solutions, influencing policy and strategy, and providing clear-cut clarity in what is, let's face it, a really complex world. Her ultimate goal, it's nothing less than global development and transformation. Keep these goals in mind as we go because they are the engine driving all the abstract wisdom we are about to explore.
Section 2. The Balance of Nature.
Let's look at the very first lines of Timeless Vigilance. She writes, "Gentle rain breaks up fallow ground." Notice the steady, calming cadence there. When trying to enact global change, human instinct is so often to come in like a thunderstorm, right? Forceful, loud, immediate. But she views steady, gentle, persistent action as the true key to breaking through tough, unyielding challenges. It's like the slow soaking of the soil that actually prepares it for long-term growth, rather than a destructive flash flood.
Now, let's contrast that with our opening hook. On one side, we have the gentle rain, representing that steady, positive growth and necessary breakthrough. On the flip side, we have excess honey, the stark warning that overindulgence, even in something seemingly positive or sweet, can turn toxic and bitter. It's a powerful reminder for policymakers and leaders everywhere. Moderation and persistence often yield far better results than overwhelming force or excessive resource dumping.
Section 3. Truth and Patient Endurance.
Home truth travels many miles. What a brilliant proverb. She is telling us that providing absolute clarity and unvarnished truth, well, it isn't just a local phenomenon. When you distill a complex issue down to its foundational truth, it resonates globally. It has a far-reaching, undeniable impact on policy and strategy, because truth at its core is universally recognizable. It literally travels right across borders and boundaries.
But getting that truth to take root requires a very specific virtue: patient endurance. She beautifully describes this as the ability to steadfastly school the promise. Really think about that phrasing for a second. True global transformation isn't a quick fix. It's a promise that requires immense time, nurturing, and education. You don't just make a promise and walk away. You have to school it, guide it, and patiently endure the long process of bringing it to life. This progression of virtues functions as a logical, step-by-step framework. Step 1 begins with tolerant faith that waits on truth. You have to believe in the truth and give it space to emerge. Then comes Step 2. The patient endurance we just talked about that actively schools the promise, doing the hard long-term work. Finally, Step 3. This process culminates in the free cloud that distills eternal vigilance. It's a brilliant cycle, moving from grounded faith through hard work, rising up to a high-level watchful perspective.
Section 4. Guiding the Village. Tasty salt melts street ice. Shining light guides the village. I find these lines incredibly uplifting. This is her metaphorical view of what leadership, strategy, and good policies should actually do in the real world. Leadership isn't about hoarding power. It's an active, daily utility. It's the salt that actively removes dangerous obstacles, melting the street ice so people can walk safely. And it's the shining light that provides clear direction, guiding the entire village forward out of the dark.
And the ultimate result of that guidance? The good news revives the spirit. She sees her role in generating solutions and providing clarity as a way of delivering good news. In the heavy and often discouraging world of global development, practical, clear solutions are a total breath of fresh air that actively revitalizes and revives the communities she so deeply cares about.
Section 5. A mission of transformation.
So the crucial point here is understanding what ultimately grounds her. Her ultimate anchor is her spiritual foundation. In her own words, she believes in a universe owned and ruled by Father God. This core belief is the wellspring of her enduring optimism and her unwavering commitment to long-term transformation. Her relentless drive for policy change, her deep love for people, and the eternal vigilance she writes about, they all stem directly from this foundation.
We've explored how Oluyomi Oladavid uses poetry as a powerful lens for policy, patience, and leadership. From the gentle rain breaking fallow ground to the tolerant faith waiting on truth, her words are a beautiful call to action. Which leaves us with a final thought for you to take away and apply to your own life and your own community. How will your shining light guide the village today? Think about that. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.